I don't need you, I don't need him, I don't need she. I've always had me, been doing it myself. Fuck with your rep, this is a threat. I make it my pet, call me a fed. Cooking it up, putting in work, call me a chef. Working it up, I'ma say flex. I don't need you, I don't need him, I don't need she. I've always had me, been doing it myself. Fuck with your rep, this is a threat. I make it my pet, call me a fed. Putting in streets to work.
What is going on today, guys? Urbex Plus here, and I am in Biloxi, Mississippi, and I am actually at the old Biloxi cemetery. It's supposed to be haunted. They have a lot of famous people that are buried here, and we're gonna walk around and we're gonna explore this cemetery because in New Orleans, we don't got cemeteries like this where people are actually buried in the ground. So it's kind of strange to see. We're gonna walk around, we're gonna check out the graves, maybe get some B-roll. Look how weird it is how people are buried in the ground. They say that they have graves here that date all the way back to the 1800s. It looks like this one is dated back to the 1800s. Now we're not gonna explore the whole cemetery because I am on limited time. I am here with my kids and they're at the beach right now with their family. So the beach is right across the street. If you cannot tell, it's right over there. So I decided to come over here and explore the cemetery. These graves are so old. Look how old these are. I read up a little bit on this cemetery before I actually came here, but I didn't read that much about it. All I read is that it is haunted at night. It's pretty spooky, and during Halloween they actually decorate the place for the holiday, because I don't care what you say, Halloween is a holiday. Everybody should be off on Halloween because Halloween is like the greatest time of the year. That's just my opinion. And I don't care about your opinion on that one because Halloween is amazing. It's my favorite time of the year. Oh, wow. This is a good Instagram photo. Mother and father. Wow. The mother died 1916. That is crazy. That is so long ago. Born in 1864. That is so freaking crazy. Died in the 60s. When everybody was taking acid and hippies and protesting Vietnam. This is a cool grave right here. It's actually kind of built above ground, but it's not. I am pretty sure that if it floods over here, bodies float up out the ground, just like in New Orleans, because we are so close to the beach. And I don't really know how the ground is over here. If the ground's like the dirt is like it is over in New Orleans, but I'm pretty sure bodies float up out the ground. I like this cast iron fence. It really gives you a spooky vibe, a really creepy feeling. Look, their dog is buried with them. That is crazy. Speaking of dogs, there's actually a pet cemetery over in Louisiana on the North Shore, like over by Mandeville, like Lacombe area. And it's supposed to be like really creepy, you know, kind of like Stephen King's Pet Cemetery type stuff. And I've always wanted to go there, but I couldn't find the place last time I went. And maybe I should do some better research and go there, because that'd be a really cool video of Pet Cemetery. My parents used to have a Mary just like that in their front yard, and then somebody stole it. Come to find out, it was my friends playing a prank, but my dad did not find it too funny at all, because they didn't just steal the Mary in front of my house, they stole the baby Jesus in the cradle from my neighbor's house too. We got it back. My dad made sure we got that shit back. But it was funny at first. I thought it was funny, but he didn't think it was funny. People are still leaving flowers here. I'm glad they have little dividers like this, like the one that I'm walking on, like little walkways, because I would feel very like disrespectful if I was actually walking where people are buried. Like, they have cemeteries in New Orleans, like the Lafayette Cemetery, just as an example. They do have graves where people are buried in the ground, and some of the markers are very, very small, like these ones right here. Wow, that is crazy. That is crazy old. I know I'm getting off subject, but you really don't know if you're walking on somebody that's under the ground or not, because some of the little markers are like this and you can't see them. This cemetery is freaking huge, by the way. It is really huge. There'd be no way that I could walk through the whole cemetery today. I would have to come back another day and actually walk through it. Maybe find the tombs, well, not tombs, I'm so used to saying tombs. Find the graves of the famous people that are buried here and check those out. I know there's some really cool ones that I would really like to see, but I just don't have the time today to actually look for them. Oh, that's cool. Oh, you can tell that brickwork is old. That reminds you of the brickwork that you see in the French Quarter in New Orleans. Very old. I love historic cemeteries, anything historic really. I love exploring, but my main passion is exploring abandoned, but exploring abandoned is kind of hard to do these days, you know? Cops want to arrest you, kick you out. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, bro, I'm not there to vandalize anything. I'm there to explore and document. You know, maybe if I was exploring with Josh and I had like 3 million subscribers, they'd be like, "Oh, you're so-and-so? Go ahead, take a picture with me." And then they'd be okay with it. But I'm not exploring with Josh. And I'm not Adam the Woo or Omar Gosh. I'm just Urbex Plus. Oh, look at that cast iron. See, I love the cast iron stuff. I really do. Because you see a lot of cast iron in the French Quarter, at the old houses in New Orleans. Like, even in the Garden District, you'll see old cast iron that's just refurbished and repainted. Or at the cemeteries, you really see the cast iron at the Lafayette Cemetery. It's really cool how they make the cast iron fences and stuff like that. If only they made stuff like this in modern times, but they don't. They actually have a company that does make cast iron stuff for like houses and stuff, but it's for the people that live in the French Quarter. Basically, what they do is if something breaks on your house in the French Quarter or a condo, apartment or whatever, the Vous committee wants to keep everything a certain way, everything original, like it was back in the day when the French Quarter was first founded. Believe it or not, there's only like probably like 2 places in the French Quarter that, like, buildings that were originally built by the French, because the French Quarter burnt down twice, not just once, twice. Some people don't know that. And when the Spanish took over, the Spanish was like, okay, we're gonna fix all this. So that's why you see a lot of Spanish architecture in the French Quarter. And if you go to other cities, Spanish built cities, it's very similar to the French Quarter, believe it or not. You'll walk through these cities and you'll get the vibe like you're in New Orleans, but you're not. Little history lesson. See, I know my shit, all right? I know my stuff. And a lot of people don't know that, which is crazy. Or maybe I just watch way too many YouTube videos and watch too much of the History Channel. It's probably what it is. You can see the farther back you go, the older the tombs get. Right over in this area, it looks like there's a lot of newer tombs. But the one good thing about exploring cemeteries is everybody's already dead, so you don't have to worry about getting COVID-19. Yeah, these graves are pretty old. Wow. 1840, died 1911. That is unbelievable. It's crazy how things just stick around, like graves, buildings, historic buildings, and stuff like that. But if there wasn't certain people that protected these buildings, they would all be torn down. Because I remember back in the day, well, I wasn't alive, but they were actually trying to put, I think, a highway or something through the French Quarter or around the French Quarter to kind of make it like New York in a way, which would have been weird because then it would defeat the purpose of New Orleans being a special place. And if it wasn't for the Vous committee, they probably would have succeeded. A lot of those buildings in the French Quarter wouldn't be there because they wanted to tear a lot of them down. Look how far back this cemetery goes. This cemetery is huge. From the road, it does not look this big at all. It doesn't even do justice when you're walking up on it, because I walked across the street from the beach and I actually thought it wasn't that big of a cemetery, and then I walked in, I was like, oh my god, this cemetery is huge. Look at a little Confederate flag back there. I wonder if they fought in the Confederacy in the Civil War. You know, some of these people buried here actually could have been Confederate soldiers, for all we know. Let's walk to the other side, across the little road. Man, born in 1885. That is crazy. The sun is starting to come out. It's turning out to be a really nice day. It was kind of gloomy when we went to the beach this morning. I was kind of disappointed. And my kids don't go in the water in Biloxi, which is funny because I don't go in the water in Biloxi either. Oh, that's old. It is so weird. Like, if you look right over there, there's hills. And we don't have hills in Louisiana. Louisiana is as flat as it gets. Like, if you think of flat earth, Louisiana is flat earth. There's no hills. I probably saw a hill once, and it was man-made, and that's the levee. There's a lot of Moors buried in this cemetery. A lot of Moors. This is a beautiful cemetery. Very beautiful. I'm really glad I got to come and explore this place, and y'all get to technically come with me. One day I'll find true love like that. But till then, ladies, I am single and ready to mingle. So if you want to hit me up, hit your boy Urbex Plus up, you feel me? Instagram, Twitter, links down below, you feel me? And I'll take you out on a nice date, take you to the beach. You know, my kids need a hot stepmom, all right? They need one. So hit me up. Oh look, this is a war veteran right here. That is cool. I'm gonna Google that name. More cast iron. And you know it's authentic cast iron too, because you can just tell. Look at the ironwork on it. It lasts forever. That does the video, guys. I will like to come back and explore this whole cemetery, maybe in the near future. But I come to Biloxi all summer long. Like, if you live in New Orleans, you come to Biloxi. This is like the spot. This is the place to be. You know, it's an hour away. The beach is somewhat decent, and the drinks never stop, kind of like in NOLA. And if you like to gamble, then come and gamble. I personally don't gamble. But anyways, this is it. This is the video. I know it was long. Subscribe. If y'all like stuff like this, drop it down in the comments below, because I'll be glad to like do more stuff like this, cemeteries and haunted stuff. I love haunted stuff. If you like haunted stuff, drop that down in the comments below too. But till then, guys, subscribe and peace out.